Take a comfortable breath and settle in, because today we're tackling one of the sneakiest habits the mind can learn: the habit of negative thinking. This isn't a quick pep talk or a list of quotes to copy paste on social media. It's a full length exploration, a journey we'll walk together, story by story, practice by practice. Imagine your mind as a beautiful old house. Every thought is a visitor knocking at the door. Some visitors arrive smiling, holding baskets of calm and curiosity. Others show up empty-handed, dragging dusty luggage stamped with words like "not good enough," "too late," "what if." Too often, we swing the door wide open for everyone. Before long, the house feels crowded and dim, furniture shoved against the walls, curtains closed. But you are the owner, not the doorman. You get to decide who can stay for tea, who receives a courteous nod, and who is politely guided back to the street. Most of the negative guests first learned the address in childhood. A hurried teacher's comparison, a parent's worried warning, a headline that screamed the sky was falling. Each voice wrote your location on a tiny card and handed it to fear, doubt, and shame. They have been visiting ever since, growing bold because we rarely question them. In fact, the brain loves their company. Familiar stress triggers a quick squirt of chemicals that once helped our ancestors dodge danger. Familiar equals safe, even when familiar is miserable. So let's learn a new hosting policy. Step 1 is simple awareness without judgment. Picture yourself standing in the doorway with a bright flashlight. A thought strolls up and mutters, "You'll fail, just like last time." Instead of believing it, shine the light and say, "Ah, there's the failure story." Name it, don't shame it. Labeling shifts you from actor to observer, from drowning in the river to standing dry on the bank, watching water flow past. Step 2 is breath. Not fancy pranayama, just basic human breathing done on purpose. Slow inhale, slower exhale. 2 or 3 cycles. That longer out-breath flips a switch in the nervous system. Fight or flight fades, rest and digest returns. Your heart slows, your shoulders drop. Now the scary thought looks less like a monster and more like a kid wearing a monster mask. Step 3 is gratitude, the most underestimated power tool I know. A single thanks can light up the mental house like sunrise. Maybe it's the scent of fresh coffee, the dog wagging its tail, the gift of eyesight. The brain can't hold a genuine thank you and a genuine complaint in the same instant. One pushes the other out. Try writing 3 small gratitudes each morning on a sticky note. Call it brain priming. After a month, you'll start scanning the day for good moments, just so you'll have something fresh to write tomorrow. I see what some of you are thinking. This is too simple for my complicated problems. Let's test that. A client of mine, Serena, hated Monday staff meetings. Her stomach twisted every time. She decided to pair each anxiety spike with a gratitude. Walking to the boardroom, she whispered, "Grateful for a job that pays rent." Sitting at the table, she thought, "Grateful for a voice to speak." Rounding off the meeting, she added, "Grateful for coworkers who share the load." 6 months later, her pulse on Mondays matched her pulse on Fridays. The meetings didn't change, her focus did. Step 4 is affirmation. I'm not talking about shouting, "I'm a billionaire" in the mirror while overdue bills pile up. I mean believable stretch sentences. I'm learning to trust myself. Challenges help me grow. Peace is possible right now. Repeat them when you brush your teeth, wash dishes, wait for a web page to load. Every repeat deepens the groove. Over time, that groove turns into a highway, and the old negative path crumbles from neglect. Step 5 is visualization, the mind's flight simulator. Close your eyes and picture a wide blue sky. Your thoughts are clouds, some fluffy white, some thunder gray, all moving. You are the sky itself, far larger than any cloud. When a dark cloud blocks the sun, whisper, "Passing weather," and keep your seat. Artists visualize success before a brush touches canvas. Athletes see the finish line before a shoe hits the track. We can visualize peace before we speak, write, or make decisions. Step 6 is value-aligned action. Negativity loves idle time. It hates proof. If self-doubt says you're a poor communicator, spend 10 minutes practicing a presentation. Each concrete act is a stone in a new path. Momentum builds, oxygen returns, and the negative cycle loses its engine. Step 7. Cultivate your environment. Junk media is junk food for the mind. Audit your feed. How many posts fuel outrage without offering a fix? How many voices compare, gossip, or catastrophize? Replace 20 minutes of doom scrolling with a chapter of an inspiring memoir, a podcast on resilience, music that lifts you, or silence long enough to hear your own thoughts. Spend time with people who talk solutions more than problems. You're not required to ghost every pessimist, but balance the mix. Vitamin content matters. Let's pause for a reality check. Breaking the negative habit doesn't mean we never feel sadness, anger, or fear. Those feelings signal real needs, real boundaries, real values. We're not erasing them. We're ending the reflex that drapes every experience in a blanket of defeat. We listen, learn, adjust, and move on instead of looping the same gloomy track. Self-compassion is non-negotiable. The moment you notice a critical spiral, don't pile on another layer of blame. Place a hand over your heart and say, "Old pattern, I see you. We're trying something new." Gentle honesty lands better than harsh perfectionism and rewires the brain faster. Remember, the body-mind loop. 20 minutes of brisk walking, stretching, or dancing floods your system with endorphins, clears metabolic fog, and brings stubborn thoughts down to size. A manager I know scheduled mindset laps around the building at 10 and 3. Soon a few coworkers joined. Laughter echoed in the hallway, deadlines felt lighter, and productivity actually rose. Movement is cheap medicine. Now let's talk forgiveness. Maybe a coach's insult still rings in your ears. Maybe you're furious at yourself for past mistakes. Forgiveness doesn't erase memory. It cuts the rope dragging that memory through today's fresh paint. When you forgive, you reclaim energy to build the present rather than edit the past. Neuroplasticity research proves that change is always on the menu. Each time you swap self-attack for self-support, neurons fire together and wire together. It's like learning piano. At first, the keys feel awkward, but soon your fingers find the melody without thinking. Early stumbles are part of the tune. Fast forward 6 months. You wake curious instead of weary. Problems still arrive, but your first question is, what can I learn here? Friends notice they feel calmer around you. Even setbacks become stories you share to help others. This isn't a dream, it's a logical outcome of daily mental training, as predictable as muscle gained from regular exercise. Celebrate progress visibly. Keep a victory journal. Caught a negative spiral and breathe through it. Chose music over clickbait. Ask for help instead of assuming rejection. On low days, read those lines aloud. Proof ignites hope. Find or create community. An online forum, a weekly call, a group chat. Shared goals multiply energy. One person's small win says to everyone else, "We can do it too." If resistance whispers, "You tried before and failed," answer, "I learned before. Now I'm better equipped." Failure is data, not destiny. Scientists rerun experiments all the time, adjusting conditions until the hypothesis holds. Let's weave all these threads into a daily rhythm you might adopt. 1 minute of slow breathing, 3 gratitude notes, 1 affirmation in the mirror. Label any worry, breathe it out. Feed the mind inspiration, a short article, a phone-free walk, 5 minutes under the sun, another stretch, plus 1 act of kindness, compliment a coworker, hold a door, send appreciation, jot victories, forgive any slips, visualize tomorrow. Release the day with long exhales. With time, you'll notice the space between trigger and reaction widen. Humor sneaks into scenes that once felt heavy. Creative ideas pop up during tasks that used to bore you. People may ask your secret. You'll smile, knowing the secret was always choice. Let's close with a mental picture. The sun is setting outside the windows of your mind's house. Old negative voices murmur in the distance. The landscape of possibility shines ahead. Put your hand on the doorknob. Invite gratitude inside. Let hope play music. Let curiosity hang new art on the walls. If fear bangs at the gate, listen briefly, thank it for caring, then show it out. Repeat this little ritual day after day, moment after moment, until it feels as natural as breathing. Breaking addiction to negative thinking is not just the end of gloom. It's the birth of a brighter, sturdier narrative. One that honors struggle yet leans toward growth. One that sees pain yet predicts healing. One that greets each cloud with the quiet confidence of open sky. May your path be lit by awareness, powered by compassion, and guided by the truth that you are and have always been the author of the next chapter in your remarkable life.